Hello everyone, lovers of discovery. Today we're embarking on a journey to a country that consistently tops the rankings for being one of the happiest, wealthiest, and safest places on Earth. A country where landscapes look like living postcards and order is elevated to an absolute. But Switzerland isn't just idyllic Alps and delicious chocolate. It's a land of deep paradoxes, surprising laws, and engineering marvels you might never have suspected. Get ready to be amazed as we dive into a world where the purity of water, the punctuality of trains, and even the well-being of pets are regulated with meticulous Swiss precision. Welcome to Switzerland, a country that seems to have invented its own perfect world. Imagine a country where it's forbidden to own just one guinea pig because it would be lonely. In this same nation, every citizen is legally required to have access to an underground bunker. And locals in summer even swim down the river to work, using their backpack as a float. Today, 16 shocking facts that will forever change your perception of this perfect, yet paradoxical place. Hold on to that thought, because Switzerland is more than just a postcard. Millions of tourists come here for cheese and watches, but are unaware of its hidden secrets. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why Switzerland is so unique, but also how to survive here without breaking the bank or even get paid to move. Believe me, what I'm about to tell you will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about order, cleanliness, and even how the happiest people on the planet live. From secret bunkers under mountains to a country where women gained the right to vote later than almost anywhere else in Europe. We'll journey from the most unusual details to grand revelations. Fact number 1, it will literally blow your mind. Let's start with fact 16, an auction for the right to live in the Alps. There are places where people leave and the population declines. But what if you were told that you'd be paid to move to such a village? Imagine, the Swiss village of Alpine will pay you $25,000 to move there. The truth is, it's not charity, but a clever strategy to combat depopulation. You must be under 45, willing to become a citizen, commit to living there for 10 years, and buy property worth at least $215,000. Let that sink in for a second. These aren't easy money, but an investment in the community's future. Local residents say, "We want to hear children's voices here again." But this is just the tip of the iceberg of financial paradoxes we'll discuss. Moving on to fact 15, a country built on silence and strict order. Do you think your neighbors are noisy? In Switzerland, they can call the police for noise after 10 p.m. or on Sundays. Even doing laundry or flushing the toilet can be a violation. Here's the thing. Swiss people take their quiet hours very seriously. This isn't an oddity, but a deep respect for neighbors' peace and quality of life. Simply put, you won't see loud parties or home repairs on weekends here. The local perspective. Silence is part of our comfort, not a restriction. This explains why it's so calm here. Similar attention to order, albeit in its own unique forms, can be found in some regions of Germany, such as Bavaria. But there are some very specific nuances there, which we'll cover in the next video. But if silence is the law, what about the loudest and most ancient tradition? Fact 14, cows, family members, not just livestock. Imagine a country where cows wear bells weighing up to 33 pounds and special tunnels are built just for them. In Switzerland, cows are a national symbol, treated like VIPs. And to prevent them from causing traffic jams, separate tunnels are built for them in the mountains. The historical context? These massive bells aren't for beauty, but to find the animals in the Alpine fog. Modern data. In autumn, the entire country celebrates the descent of cows from the mountains, decorating them with floral crowns like movie stars. The global significance. This isn't just animal husbandry. It's a deep connection with nature and respect for those who feed the nation. Hold on to that thought. Such care for animals speaks volumes. But if animals are so important, what about the people who surround them? Let's delve into fact 13. 4 languages, but not every Swiss understands their compatriot. If you think Switzerland is a German-speaking country, you're mistaken. There are 4 official languages here, but Switzerland has 4 official languages: German, French, Italian, and Romish. But Swiss German is so different from Standard German that Germans consider it alien. The practical justification: School children here learn another official Swiss language, not English, to preserve cultural diversity. The social function? This linguistic salad strengthens regional identity. The truth is, it creates a unique cultural mosaic, but sometimes also communication barriers even within the country. You think that's wild? Number 12 will literally blow your mind. It's about what's hidden underground. Fact 12, a bunker for everyone, a law of survival. Imagine that in every home in your country, there must be a bunker, not by choice, but by law. By law, every residential building or complex in Switzerland must have a bunker in case of war or disaster. The historical context? This tradition arose after World War II, when the country, maintaining neutrality, actively prepared for defense. Modern data. Today, these bunkers may look like ordinary basements, but their functionality remains. The global significance. This reflects a deeply ingrained principle of self-sufficiency and readiness for any challenges. As Goethe said,
Switzerland is the purest distillation of the world.
And this fact shows how seriously they take preserving that world. But if they are so serious about survival, what about everyday safety and comfort? Moving to fact 11, the pedestrian is king and the Ferrari driver is a servant. Imagine a situation where the driver of an expensive Ferrari is forced to brake sharply In Switzerland, if a pedestrian steps on a crosswalk, cars must stop immediately. Even luxury Ferraris brake hard. The practical justification? This strict law ensures safety and order on the roads. Modern data. Speeding fines here are harsher than almost anywhere. For 1-2 kilometers over the limit already incurs a fine, and for a serious violation, the car can be confiscated. The local perspective. An old Swiss proverb says, "Slow and steady wins the race, even in the Alps." And it perfectly describes their attitude to road traffic. Do you remember that crazy fact from number 13 about languages? It's connected to how this country operates as a single mechanism. Now for fact 10. Engineering wonders, underground logistics. In a country where trains wait for buses to transfer passengers, there's another incredible system. To protect the fragile Alps, heavy trucks are loaded onto special train platforms and transported under mountains through hundreds of tunnels, including the world's longest railway tunnel, the Gotthard Base Tunnel, 57 kilometers long. The hidden context? Switzerland is crisscrossed with tunnels. The Brusio Spiral Viaduct, built in 1908, is another masterpiece where trains literally spiral up the mountains. The global significance. This system is not only environmentally friendly, but also a model of efficient logistics and environmental protection. We'll get to this, but first we need to understand their transport system is much more than just tracks. But if their engineering is astonishing, then their way of enjoying nature will surprise you even more. Let's move on to fact number 9, love in the mountains and late marriages. Imagine that in search of a soulmate, you're offered not a cafe date, but the most popular way to find a partner in Switzerland is a mountain climbing buddy app. The social function? Swiss women marry on average at 31, one of the highest rates in Europe. More and more women choose to live single, but they are very happy, successful, and wealthy. The hidden context? In Zurich, there are even farewell cafes, where couples share a cappuccino before wishing each other luck and parting ways. The global significance. This isn't just dating, it's a reflection of a deep connection with nature and the value of independence. To fall in love means to conquer a mountain together. There's even a TV show called Find a Trekking Partner. But this isn't the only unique way the Swiss integrate nature into their daily lives. Fact number 8, the Air River, a watery commute. Imagine that in one of Europe's neatest cities, locals every day use a river not only for recreation, but also in Bern, residents swim down the Air River home or to work. They pack their belongings in special waterproof air sack bags, which serve as both a float and a bag. The cultural context. This isn't just a way to cool off in summer, it's part of the Bernese lifestyle, a mix of calm, freedom, and closeness to nature. The practical justification. The river here is clean, turquoise, and safe if rules are followed. And there's infrastructure along the banks, stairs, showers, and cafes. Modern adaptation. In summer, you can see dozens, even hundreds of people returning by water. It's so natural that many Bernese can't imagine summer without a swim in the air. You think that's wild? Fact 7 made me doubt everything I knew about progress in this country. Let's talk about fact 7, delayed feminism, women's suffrage. Imagine that in one of the most advanced and prosperous countries in the world, women gained the right to vote later than almost anywhere else in Europe. Swiss women gained the right to vote only in 1971, and in some cantons like Appenzell, only in 1990. The historical context, this contradicts everything we considered true about progressive countries. The delayed granting of women's rights here is a unique historical fact linked to a complex system of direct democracy. The global significance. This fact reminds us that even in the most advanced societies, progress can be non-linear, and civil rights are the result of a long struggle. This explains why we started by saying that Switzerland is a country of paradoxes. Fact 6. World-class education almost for free. Do you think world-class education costs a fortune? What if I told you that in one of the richest countries, it's almost higher education in Switzerland, including world-class universities, costs symbolic money, about 1,000 Swiss francs a year. The hidden context?
Most teenagers after 15 choose vocational training, apprenticeships, combining work and study, which is very prestigious and leads to excellent careers. Modern data? This creates a highly skilled workforce and is the foundation of their economy. The global significance? This demonstrates a unique approach to education, focused on practicality and accessibility. But here's what makes their efforts special. They are inventing the world without leaving their borders.
Moving on to Fact 5, a forge of inventions, from Einstein to Velcro. Besides cheese and watches, this country has given the world so many inventions that you use them every day without knowing. Switzerland is the most innovative country in the world and the birthplace of inventions such as Velcro, absinthe, milk chocolate, and, of course, Albert Einstein's formula, E=mc², which he developed in Bern. Albert Einstein, who lived in Bern, once said,
"Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new."
And this philosophy perfectly describes the Swiss approach to science. And now for the most massive and fundamental scientific project based here. Let's uncover Fact 4, CERN, Gateway to the Universe and its Swiss heart. Imagine that on the border of one country, there is a machine that costs billions and tries to unravel the mysteries of the universe, recreating the Big Bang. Switzerland is home to CERN, the world's largest particle physics laboratory, housing the Large Hadron Collider, a giant accelerator helping to understand the fundamental laws of nature and the origin of the universe. The hidden context. Billions of dollars have been invested in it, and it operates on the border of Switzerland and France. This is where the Higgs boson was discovered. The global significance. This is a unique international project where thousands of scientists from around the world work together. Analogs? On such a scale and with such capabilities, there is no direct analog to CERN. It's the epitome of global scientific cooperation driven by Swiss precision and organization. If you think that's shocking, wait until we talk about how they live. Fact 3, a cheese paradise with museum value and strict rules. If you think you love cheese, wait until you find out how much the Swiss eat and what they do with it. Every Swiss person consumes over 20 pounds of cheese annually, and the country has a fondue museum where 100-year-old pieces of cheese are preserved as works of art. The hidden context. There are over 450 types of cheese in Switzerland. Fondue is not just a dish, but an entire tradition with its own rules. For example, if you drop bread in the cheese pot, you have to kiss your neighbor. The truth? It's not a joke, but part of the cultural exchange and fun. Modern data, cheese production is a huge part of the national economy. But if you think cheese is their only passion, you haven't seen their festivals. Moving to Fact 2, refusal of free money, the paradox of basic income. Imagine being paid monthly to do nothing, but most people refuse it. Switzerland could become the laziest country in the world. When the government proposed a universal basic income of $2,200 per month, 70% of the population voted against it. The hidden context? Switzerland is one of the richest countries where many people work only 3 days a week. The local perspective? This isn't laziness, but the stability of the system. People here value work and believe they can support themselves. The global significance? This is a phenomenon that challenges notions of motivation and well-being. Simply put, the Swiss prefer not to be poor, rich people. Number 1 will change everything you thought about the very idea of purity and order. This is the missing piece of the puzzle we started earlier. You think purity is a luxury, that drinking water only comes from bottles? Prepare yourself, because fact number 1 will make you rethink your standards of living. This explains why the Swiss are so serious about trash, why silence is law, why they value their nature so much, and even why they swim in rivers. In Switzerland, tap water and public fountain water rank first in the world for purity. It's often cleaner, tastier, and safer than bottled water, and you can drink it almost anywhere. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't just water. It's a symbol of their philosophy of life, where every element of nature, every resource is protected and respected. So, we've just uncovered 16 shocking secrets of Switzerland, from offers to move there for money to how they swim in rivers and drink the purest water directly from fountains. This is a country that makes us ponder order, the value of silence, and the true quality of life. If you decide to visit Switzerland, the best time to go is spring and autumn, when nature is especially picturesque. A visa is required for citizens of many countries, so check the requirements in advance. Be sure to use the Swiss Travel Pass. It will make your travel around the country easy and affordable. And remember, stores are closed on Sundays, so plan your shopping ahead. Local hack: if you want to save on food, cook yourself or look for cafes, not restaurants. And don't forget your RSAC for swimming in the Aar River in Bern. What can we learn from the Swiss? Perhaps their respect for order, their striving for quality in everything, and their amazing connection to nature. This is worth learning, as it leads to such a high quality of life.